help, help. An evil being is trying to take over the planet. What will we do? Look, look. Up in the sky? What is that? A bird? A plane? No, look down at my feet. It's Wonder Socks. Hi, welcome to the MaryLee Herrmann Show. Now, do I really think that socks can save the world? Maybe not. But I do think that, well, I'm kind of a sock fiend, and I do feel that they improve quality of life. And I've gifted socks and had so many people tell me, like, oh, thank you, I love when I get your socks. I love when I get socks. And I realized that the quality, good quality socks really can make a difference, but it's something that we don't often feel that we want to spend money on. And when I realized it, and that the difference it can make, it makes a difference in your day. And so for instance, during the winter time, especially here in Colorado and places like that where it can get pretty cold, wool socks can really enhance your day. They can make not only just be warmer, but be more comfortable. And Smart Wool is probably my very favorite brand of socks. But there are others that are similar, that are like a wool, and that are good quality. They feel good, they feel warm, they feel soft. They don't have to be as thick and heavy as wool socks used to be. Now there's definitely an argument for those too, the real thick ones, and I've got some of those as well. But they don't fit into my shoes and my boots quite as well all the time. And so Smart Wool and Fox River is another one. There's a number of them, but they've come out with like a thinner wool that is machine washable. I cold water wash and air dry all my wool socks, and they feel good when you're wearing them. Some of them have some cushion. Their socks have just come a long way, and they can make a difference depending on the activity that you're doing. I have these for generally when I'm wearing boots or when it's colder out. And again, because it's a knee high, if I'm wearing jeans and boots or leggings and boots. But then in the spring and the summer, these are also Smart Wool. And wool socks actually are healthier. They're better for your feet because now 100% cotton, definitely a time and a place for those. I have those too for different activities and for athletics generally. But wool socks will keep your feet drier. So if your feet perspire, the wool actually keeps your feet drier. Whereas cotton, if cotton becomes wet, then it loses any insulating properties that it had. So during the wintertime especially, wool is better for you, and even sometimes in the summer. And there are just so many different types of socks and things. Sockwell, that's another really good brand of socks. And I know that it's easy to just go buy a pack of 10 socks or 6 socks or 8 socks, and for a cheap price, at least see if they're a blend. I recommend, because I know that sometimes when I've bought socks that maybe had a little more polyester in them that I cared for, or that either they didn't feel as comfortable. They were fine, but they didn't feel good on my feet. And especially the older I get, the more that comfort matters. And so I'll look for certain brands, and you'll hear me tout Nordstrom Rack all the time. That's kind of my Tiffany's. That's where I go, just because anytime I need something, or even sometimes if I don't necessarily need it, but I'll find it there and I'll find such a good price on it. So for instance, socks. if I'll find Smart Wools or other brands and I know they're good quality and they're on clearance and I can get a great deal, I'll stock up on them for gifts. And it's a lot of people really appreciate them because it's not something that they're willing to do themselves, you know, shop for socks or necessarily spend a few extra pennies on ones that might be more comfortable and that might even last a little longer. So like I said, Smart Wool is one of my favorites, and Fox River for another one. These are generally cotton, they're Features. That's another great brand I discovered not too long ago. And one of the things that's cool about some socks too that you'll see them doing now is that they'll actually have stitching in where the arch to give you a little bit of arch support. And I can tell a difference. I mean, I can feel when I put it on, it's just like it feels better for my foot. And that actually, if you do have any kind of support in that area, it helps, it contributes to how you walk. And so it's better for your back and your shoulders too. And also the sizing. Some socks will come small, medium, and large. And I'm an 8, and I generally take a medium. But for someone who has a smaller foot, and they're trying to fit into the same, you know, it's all the same yarn, and it's just a matter of if they have a smaller foot, so it's just not stretched as much, and maybe there's a little too much fabric in the shoe, and or it creases under sometimes, or if you have a larger foot and you're having to stretch the yarns out, have to stretch on your foot further, and that weakens them. And it makes them less comfortable. It makes them wear quicker. So if you can find socks that do the sizing, that's a great benefit too. Compression socks. I don't wear these real often. I do wear them like when I fly or travel. If I know I'm going to be on my feet a lot during a day, if I can. And these I tend to find mainly at Tuesday morning. Sometimes at TJ Maxx and Marshall's, and for a good deal on them. When you put them on, I actually gifted my mother a pair of these because she's been having neuropathy issues, and you don't want to wear these if you're going to be sitting around because they do have like a tight knit or tight pull here at the bottom, and I suggest that generally when you put them on, if you've ever worn stockings, pantyhose, it's kind of the same thing. Put them on, you want to pull them up like that, up over your thumbs, and put them on your foot. And I could show you, but I already have my other socks on. But one of the things you want to keep in mind is not to pull it too tight in the foot, okay? Because there's already, there's some compression going on there, and you don't want to pull it too tight over your toes. But those have been a godsend on long days of travel, or when I know I'm going to be walking around a lot or standing on my feet quite a bit, the compression socks. And I'll take this all a step further. I sleep in socks. Now it's kind of for different reasons, kind of a different motivation why I wear them. If you have trouble sleeping though, I highly recommend sleeping in socks. I think it's probably some of that similar vibe as to like why weighted blankets can be so therapeutic. I just know that I sleep better when I have socks on. I'm more comfortable. And but what I'll do is for socks that I sleep in though, I'll generally get these looser knit ones because I'm not moving around much at night, and I'm not much activity, so I don't want to affect my circulation. So definitely don't sleep in compression socks or any socks that have like a tighter knit. One of the things that my daddy, he was diabetic, and I would get him diabetic socks, and those were looser knit. So that's another thing that you can find at, again, Tuesday morning, where I'd usually score some of those for him. And those are good to sleep in. They're a little bit looser. So I have these, and then I also will have some of these. I know you've seen these. These have the aloe in them. And I just really like how they feel on my feet. To be honest, I'm not sure how much really moisturizer is going into my feet. Can't be hurting but they're definitely really, really soft. And they feel so cozy at night. And my sweetheart appreciates it. My aunt used to say, cold hands, warm heart, cold feet, no sweetheart. So my sweetheart, your sweetheart might appreciate not having cold feet at night. But so yeah, socks, it may seem like a small thing, but I really do feel that wearing good quality socks makes all the difference in your day, how you carry yourself, how you feel, just the simplicity of how you feel. You may not even be aware of the difference that that your socks are making, but they really can be. And if you become a sock fiend like me, you might be gifted some really cute, cool socks like this. All right, well, thanks so much, and have a great day. And, well, thanks for tuning in to the MaryLee Herrmann Show.